Epilepsy, first of all, should be considered a symptom rather than a disease. It describes a person who has a tendency to have recurrent seizures. Epilepsy is actually quite common. It's 1% of the population, and roughly 2.5 to 2.7 million people in the United States have epilepsy at any given time.
Kendall tends to have reactionary seizures. If she's playing really hard and her heart rate gets to a certain level, she tends to have a seizure. Most of the time she loses consciousness, where if someone's not there, she will fall and get hurt. In the beginning, it was like once a month, and we thought, oh my gosh, this is just horrible. It's once a month, you know. And then they progressively got worse. On average, is every 3 to 4 days. The very first time she had a seizure, she was 18 months. All of a sudden, she just tensed up, started shaking. She turned blue, didn't know what it was. I thought she was dying. Took her to the hospital. They were concluding that it was febrile. Most kids grow out of this. We didn't even think about putting her on meds. And unfortunately, we have yet to find a medicine that works for her. After much discussion, we said, okay, let's go for the brain resection, grid placement. After her surgery, they said, you know, there's a good chance for after 6 months, she'll have a couple of seizures, but it might just be because the brain's healing, so don't get discouraged. So we were like, okay, let's not get discouraged. We'll just keep on, move ahead, and hopefully this was a success. It wasn't. I still think she's too young to understand that she has this. So for her, everything is fine. One way we try to keep Kendall's life normal, per se, is she's involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. She takes soccer, she takes taekwondo, she's in a regular classroom. Mrs. Fitzgerald is her aide in the classroom.
Good. Can you color the taxi cab yellow for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
Pretty much she's there to make sure Kendall doesn't hurt herself at school. Being a parent of a child with epilepsy, unlike other illnesses, you just never know when it's going to happen. So even just sending her to school on a day-to-day basis, I'm never without my phone when Kendall's not around me. And you're always just waiting for that phone to ring.